Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into something that's probably been on your mind if you've used AI recently.
Which is pretty much everyone at this point, right?
Let's be real, yeah. It's this incredibly powerful tool. I mean, it makes so many things faster, smoother.
Automating tasks we used to, really have to grind through ourselves, drafting emails, even creative stuff.
Totally. It feels like a productivity superpower.
Yeah.
But, and this is the big question, it brings us to what we're exploring today. We've been looking at this article from AI World Journal.
Yeah, it really makes you think.
It does. The core question is, with all this convenience, this speed, are we actually thinking less? Is relying on AI making us, less curious, less original, maybe even dulling our thinking?
That's the worry, isn't it? The source really digs into that. Like, what's the hidden cost of offloading all that mental work, that instant fix?
So our mission for this deep dive is to unpack the arguments from this piece. We want to understand the potential downsides the article flags about AI convenience.
And crucially, what it suggests we can maybe do about it.
Right. So where does the article kick things off? It introduces this idea they call the comfort trap of AI.
That's a good phrase for it. The source points out how incredibly good AI is now at, well, all sorts of things. Writing, summarizing.
Generating reports, even art or music, sometimes with barely any input from us.
It's genuinely impressive, you can't deny that. But the trap part, according to the article, is how easy it makes it to just skip the mental effort, the actual thinking involved in doing those tasks ourselves.
Exactly. Like, why wrestle with structuring a complicated report or drafting a business plan for ages?
When an AI can spit out a pretty decent draft in, seconds? Or brainstorming headlines? AI gives you a list instantly. That path of least resistance is just so tempting.
And from a pure efficiency view, it almost seems like a no-brainer, doesn't it? Maximize the output, minimize your own effort.
But the article really pushes back on that and asks, okay, what's the long-term cost if we always choose that easy path?
What is the cost, according to them?
Well, their argument is basically that the more we outsource these thinking tasks, the less we actually practice those skills ourselves.
Makes sense. Use it or lose it kind of thing.
Pretty much. And over time, that lack of practice could genuinely, dull our critical thinking. It might chip away at our natural curiosity to explore things on our own.
And maybe even hold back real innovation.
Potentially, yeah. We risk becoming sort of passive consumers of whatever the AI gives us, instead of being active thinkers and creators.
That reliance. It feels like that flows right into the next big concern they raised in the article, this idea of a decline in deep thinking.
Right. They contrast how we used to tackle complex stuff, before AI was everywhere. Think about writing a big analysis or report.
Okay.
You really had to immerse yourself, understand the topic deeply, analyze different bits of information, synthesize things from different places.
And then form your own conclusions based on all that work.
Exactly. It was a whole cognitive process, real mental heavy lifting.
A proper workout for the brain. But now, with AI,
the article suggests the process can easily become just, plugging in some keywords, getting a summary back.
and using that summary without ever really grappling with the original information yourself.
That's the danger. We could get comfortable with just a surface-level understanding. We might stop questioning the output, stop digging deeper.
Losing that ability to form truly original insights that come from, struggling with the material.
And the source mentions this isn't just about students. Even seasoned professionals might start relying too much on the automation.
And their work might end up looking polished, being fast, but maybe lacking that critical depth, that unique perspective.
Precisely. It's like taking the elevator instead of climbing the stairs. You get there faster, maybe, but you don't build strength.
Which connects perfectly to another really interesting point the article makes. The idea that innovation needs struggle.
Yeah, they argue pretty strongly that real breakthroughs, genuinely new ideas, they don't usually come easy. They don't just pop out of a smooth, frictionless process.
They come from the friction itself.
That's the idea. From wrestling with problems that don't have easy answers. From that deep curiosity that makes you look beyond the obvious. from, frankly, persistence when things are hard.
Like staring at a blank page and forcing yourself to come up with something new, or debating conflicting ideas until a fresh angle emerges. That's struggle. It's part of the process.
It is the process, often. And the concern raised is that when AI smooths away all that friction, gives you instant answers.
It might also be taking away the very conditions needed for those truly original creative leaps.
That's the possibility they float. There's a great line in the source about how AI essentially remixes existing data. It says, it can remix the past, but it can't imagine the future.
Wow. And that imagining part.
That's described as a uniquely human skill, something fundamentally different from recombination.
Which brings us to the really vital question then. How do we use this powerful tool, AI, in a way that actually supports that human capacity instead of letting it, fade away?
And thankfully, the article doesn't just leave us with the problems, it pivots pretty hard into the, okay, what can we actually do part?
Good. Solutions. We need those.
It offers some really concrete ideas for individuals, for education, for organizations too.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first is maybe the most fundamental mindset shift.
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
Reframe AI as a thinking partner, not a substitute.
Okay, a thinking partner. What does that look like in practice?
It's about how you use it. Instead of letting AI do the initial heavy lifting, the article suggests you start the work yourself. Do your own thinking first.
Right, don't just jump straight to write this for me.
Exactly. Then bring AI in to challenge or refine your ideas. Ask it things like, what points am I missing? Or play devil's advocate against this argument.
Ah, so using it more like a collaborator or a sparring partner.
Precisely. The goal isn't just to get a quick answer from the AI, but to use the AI to make your own thinking sharper, deeper, to help you find your blind spots.
Got it. Okay, what's the second solution? It mentioned education.
Yes. The second one is about education needing to prioritize process over product.
Which makes sense given the worry about students just using AI to get the homework done without learning.
Absolutely. The article argues educators need to shift focus. Instead of just grading the final essay or report, they need to assess how students got there.
Like, show your work, but for thinking.
Kind of, yeah. Asking them to demonstrate their analysis, their synthesis, the journey they took, and also designing assignments that AI actually struggles with.
Like what?
Things requiring deep personal reflection, maybe connecting learning to unique life experiences, engaging in live debates, or creative tasks that are really individual.
Oh, the source had a neat example for this too, didn't it?
It did. Have students write a draft, then generate an AI version of the same task, and then critique both comparing their own thinking to the AI's output. That forces analysis.
That's clever. Okay, moving on, solution number 3. Something about writing.
Yeah, reinforcing critical writing and original voice.
We've probably all seen it, that slightly generic, bland writing style that can sometimes come from AI.
Mm-hmm. The risk is that relying too much on these models trained on, everything, can flatten out individual style, make writing feel robotic.
So the solution is?
To actively push for and value originality. Encourage personal storytelling, authentic voice, writing from unique experience and emotion.
And maybe get better at spotting the AI cliches.
Definitely. And train people to do that. The point isn't never use AI for writing. It's more like use it strategically. Maybe to break writer's block.
But not to skip the actual act of finding your own voice and crafting your message. Bring back that human element.
Exactly. Keep the human voice central.
Okay, 4 down. What about the workplace? This seems like a big one.
It is. The fourth solution is about fostering slow thinking.
Slow thinking. In today's business world, that sounds radical.
Yeah.
Everything's about speed.
It does feel countercultural, but the article makes a strong case. It's about deliberately creating space for deeper work, for reflection, both individually and in teams.
So not just using AI to accelerate everything.
Right. Use AI maybe to tee up big strategic questions that need real, careful deliberation, not just faster answers to simple problems.
And encouraging teams to, actually question the AI's output.
Yes. Challenge the reports. Test the assumptions behind them. Don't just accept the slick presentation. And the article even suggests concrete things like thinking time blocks.
Like dedicated time with no screens, just thinking.
Or focused discussion, yeah. The goal shifts from just faster outputs to genuinely better, more considered decisions that come from giving ideas time to breathe.
Okay, that makes sense. And the fifth and final solution.
This one feels broader, more personal. Promote lifelong learning and mental agility.
This sounds like it's about combating that mental passivity risk we talked about earlier.
It's exactly that. It's about treating thinking itself like a skill, something you need to practice consistently to stay good at, like physical exercise.
The article uses that direct analogy, right? Exercise for the brain.
It does. Just like you work out your body, you need to work out your mind. And it suggests practical ways. Read deeply and critically. Don't just skim.
Write regularly. Journaling, reflections, essays, whatever works.
Play with ideas just for the fun of it. Experiment mentally. Keep asking, what if?
These aren't just hobbies then, but essential mental workouts.
That's how the source positions them. Necessary practices to keep our cognitive skills sharp in a world full of smart tools trying to do the work for us.
So when you pull all these threads together, what's the big takeaway message from the AI World Journal piece?
I think the most crucial point is this. AI itself isn't the thing making us less intelligent or less curious. It really comes down to how we choose to use it.
It's about our choices, our approach. That's the core.
Yeah. If we're just passively outsource all the mental effort, let the AI do the heavy lifting all the time, well, the risk the article highlights is real. We could get intellectually lazy, lose our edge.
Those thinking muscles could atrophy.
Exactly. But if we're intentional about it, if we use AI strategically,
as that thinking partner we discussed.
Right. Use it to challenge us, to spark new ideas, maybe to help us explore information more widely before we synthesize it ourselves. Then AI actually has the potential to elevate our thinking, to make us sharper.
The power, and maybe the responsibility too, is really on us. Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to maybe chew on, drawing from that final message in the article. They really stress that we need to practice thinking actively, like exercise, to stay sharp. So maybe think about this week. What's one small, specific thing you could do to deliberately practice the kind of thinking AI makes it easy to skip?
Could be anything, really.
Yeah, maybe tackling a problem manually first, before you reach for an AI tool. Or perhaps spending just 10 minutes writing something purely from your own perspective, finding your own voice. Or even just scheduling a short block of actual screen-free thinking time. What's your cognitive workout going to look like this week?
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding. And it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.